All right, I hope you're ready, son. Because I'm taking off like a rocket. This is me as a rocket. First fuselage disengage.
Actually, dude, you think that computer's too
Nah,
loud?
I don't think so.
All right.
Ready?
Yep, you're good. Good.
All right. Hey, folks. Welcome to Culture Jack. You're here with Dustin and Anthonie. Tonight on the show, we talk about, well, Culture Jack. It's kind of the birth of the Culture Jack podcast. So get your headphones on. You're about to get jacked. Hey, guys. My name's Dustin. Welcome to the maiden voyage, the #1 episode of Culture Jacked. We are here with the birth of our baby, and it's the baby of two handsome gentlemen, myself, Dustin, and my compatriot, Anthonie. And you haven't heard the guy on the other end of the microphone yet, and that is Anthonie. Anthonie, introduce yourself to these fine people.
Hey, guys, it's Anthonie. And so Dustin and I are long-time friends. We went to grade school and middle school and a little bit of high school together. And we are here, and we're starting Culture Jack. As he said, we're on episode 1. And what is Culture Jack? You're probably wondering that at this moment in time. And I guess I'll start us off with Culture Jack's two guys, two folks that have known each other a long time, kind of rehashing some old news and some old cultural things that influenced our lives from video games, while we dive into some of the new stuff, from new video games, old video games, movies, music, Netflix, cell phones, internet.
Yeah, we're a couple old pals from way back, and we lost touch with one another for a few years there, and then we were reunited. It was a touching moment. It was on a beach, if I remember. We were both horseback riding.
Serenaded by nature's music, birds.
Bareback riding, if I remember correctly. Well, that was after the horseback riding. And so we finally found each other again, and man, it was nice. We're a couple of kids, products of the 90s, early 2000s. We'll talk about what it was like for us coming into the internet, when the internet became a thing. We're going to talk about memes and movies and comic books and video games and all the stuff that made our childhood great and continues to interest us here today, as adults.
Right.
We're middle-aged men, I'd say, getting into our golden years. We're looking at retirement homes, preferably ones close by to one another.
We're not quite that old. Let me just be clear on that. But Dustin absolutely hit it kind of on the head. A lot of the stuff that is, especially over these next few episodes, we're going to hit stuff that more or less influenced us the most, I think. And I know that we can speak volumes to on our own perspectives, and then more specific, the items within those genres that influenced us to some degree, or we did or did not like. Video games is a huge topic that I'm sure will be covered multiple times over. We can go back, as far as, the Atari and the NES and stuff, and, maybe some listeners don't know what that is, but, all the way up to, computer gaming and some of the new Xbox stuff and the PlayStation stuff today.
It's come a long way. It's come a long way.
Absolutely. But this is just really the start, and we do have a lot of great topics. We've sat down and started hashing them out. We are going to try to be a little bit methodical and planned as far as releasing some of this content. So as we do get this started, we are going to shoot for, a once-a-week drop on this, just so you guys we'll get past this the awkwardness, hopefully, over the first few episodes. But
I hope not. I hope we never do. You said it before when we were testing the equipment. This isn't really episode 1. You said this is episode 0. This is ground zero. This is the first bite mark of the zombie apocalypse for Culture Jack.
Right.
Like, we're coming into it. This is the beginning, and it feels weird. I don't know. I want to sing. Can I sing? Can I lay down a few tunes?
You can sing, but I was just personally, I was feeling almost like as we're in this awkward stage, and as our engagement increases over the next few episodes, that would more or less warrant the singing at that point.
Oh, so no, we'll save it. We'll save it. Stay tuned. Future episodes are going to feature not just a solo, but maybe a duet if you play your cards right.
That's absolutely right, folks. Little did you know, Culture Jacked was also going to feature duets.
We start the episode and we're like, hey, this is what Culture Jacked, and this is who we are, and then we just kind of spiral off into we're going to be singing to you guys later. We're going to be serenading you.
Hey, if that's what you folks want,
we're monkeys. We will dance for you. We will do what you want. Just we are the clowns to appease your sick, sadistic senses of humor.
Absolutely.
Well, Anthony is.
Well, I don't. Interesting point there. Interesting point. The fortunate thing for what he just said is that we are going to be given our full perspective in our full overview. Now, to be, I guess, up front to anybody that is listening to this, with this being like a Dustin reference episode 1, I look at this as kind of episode 2 as we kind of establish, kind of give you guys a sneak preview of what's to come. I would say that on future episodes, I would probably say some of the topics may be suited for mature audiences. So just in case you do have kids or teens, I want to censor us up front and just tell you that more than likely
we'll do our best to treat the imaginary FCC guidelines of the internet that don't exist like they're there, and we will try our best to be on our best behavior. However, we're adults, and we expect adults to listen to this, so we may curse once or twice. We may say, the S word or the F word or the G word or the R word or the Z word.
The W word.
The W word might get dropped.
Might slip.
Yeah, the bird is the word on occasion. We may
throw out some emojis.
We're not going to throw out any emojis.
We may throw out some emoji.
How are you going to do an emoji on a podcast?
Right, we might put that in the description, and that may be deemed as inappropriate.
What if we did we did audible emojis, and we just sat here, and I was like, winky face, and you were like, half winky face, tongue out, and I was like, big smile face, and you were like, frown face, and I was like, sick face. That's how we could do emojis in a podcast.
Yep, and then
we just did.
And then I eggplant.
So
right on your face.
So we had the bareback comment earlier. Now we've got the eggplant.
Well, don't point them out. Take it as it is.
Oh.
Yeah, don't place the context for the folks.
All right, okay, all right, fair enough. Forget everything that I just said, and this is not an ASMR video. I don't know why. I just was tempted to rub my beard up against the microphone, but I was, and I'm so sorry. So sorry for doing it.
All right, so before we continue into the dead zone there, I guess we'll dive into it a little bit because this is episode 0, and we're giving you a little bit of highlight. Dustin and I have been talking about this for several months now.
Wanting to get it started so bad.
Absolutely. I mean, we've done multiple tests on different equipment. We've had some equipment hurdles. We've had different setups. We had some audio issues. I'm
just going to say it, man. We recorded 6 episodes, and we had to scrap every single one of them because of some technical difficulties.
Yep.
So that was discouraging, to say the least.
It was, but I feel that it was a good learning experience.
Yeah.
We got to do the A and B style or podcast style communication, which is different. You guys will see, and I will promise, I think Dustin will agree with me here. We do promise that as we continue on this, we're going to guarantee at least one thing, that in these earlier episodes, our dialogues will get better as time goes on.
That's a tall order, man. I don't know about that.
No, well, let me just say, I will get better as time goes on.
So as far as podcasts go, it's a way different medium than either of us are used to. we have both been making online videos for the last 2-3 years now, and so we have some experience in that. But this is an entire production that has to be showcased through audio only, and it's got some challenges so far, and I think it's going to have new challenges that we haven't even thought of yet. So we're excited to bring you our take on current pop internet technology culture and where that's going to go, I think.
Absolutely, and dive into some of the stuff from the past. I think adding that level of like relativity to each other, to where we're from, and then building off of why we think or why we feel some of the new perspective things aren't as good as some may say or believe.
Right.
Or, we're going to give you guys our here's, I guess, the first cuss word, our no bullshit feeling about whatever the topic is that episode. I feel that at least that's something we can agree that we're going to offer.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's something that you guys can put in a bag and take it home to mom with, right?
Yeah, it's a very nice thing to do when you're taking something home to mom. Put it in a bag.
Yeah, that's right.
Put it in a gunny sack. That's where my dad keeps.
No one knows what a gunny sack.
Well, look it up. Look it up on if you're watching the podcast, watching the podcast. If you're listening to the podcast now, you're on the internet. Go to Google, look up a gunny sack, and that's what we're gonna bring your mom a gift in.
Hey, maybe that's our first promoted item that we're going to sell. We're going to sell gunny sacks.
We're
bringing the gunny sack back, folks.
This episode is sponsored by Gunny Sack. Yeah. Stores potatoes great and brings great gifts home to mom.
Yep. Thank you for getting on Culture Jack.
Oh gosh. Yeah, we come from a time long ago where two kids would ride up from their house and go to the local video store where we rent videos. Blockbusters are closing today, so this is it's so cool, it's so unique, it's kind of sad, but we're also going to throw on those nostalgia glasses from time to time and give you our experience from our childhood too. We want to tell you what we're interested in today, but we're also going to take a step back.
Yeah. Well, and with that, and that's a huge and an important thing to reflect on is, growing up with VHS rentals and with actually going out and doing stuff, to where we grew up through the internet, we online gaming, and then you've got things like the tech giants, and you've got AOL, what happened to that, you've got Netflix that rolled in, for God's sakes, Amazon, to where you can literally order anything, to where, like when we were kids, or even as young adults, man. I mean, young adults having to go do stuff in such a more physical capacity than unlike today's more, it's hard for me to actually say it's a more of a mental capacity or comprehension capacity.
It's a lot more cerebral. There's a lot more technology driven.
Yeah, and it's very almost like an audible to what you do these days, to where it's like you can literally get a freaking button made for damn near anything on Amazon, and all you do is push a button. Like, you don't even have to think at that point. You're just pushing a button.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and we'll go into that and so much more, but I do think there is value in some of the stuff that we're going to bring. We appreciate everybody that is kind of tuning in and at least sharing some of the content up front. We're going to need as much support as we can.
Yeah, front load us big time. Put us out. Put us out there, and come back for future episodes. Come back and learn about what we're interested in, what we think's going on, what we think are the solutions to the problems that the world faces today, at least as far as a entertainment and technological standpoint goes. We need to talk about AI too. I'm going to put that down on the list right now.
Yeah. And like I said, the goal for us is to start with one a week, and who knows where it's going to take us. We are going to, and I know that we are kind of repeating a lot of it, but just to kind of recap, and I think we'll close this episode out, is we're going to talk about old and new items, and then really the strong, I guess, focal point over the next few episodes is, we're going to kind of build off of some of the big things that's currently going on, and then we've also got a lot of great plans for a lot of current culture and up and coming cultural items that I think not only influence individuals but are a part of everyone's life. I mean, whether you like it or not, I think a lot of the stuff that we talked about in the brief, do have an important part of your life. Anywhere from the social media stuff to the internet to video games to any of that stuff.
I'm excited to do this podcast. It's been a huge learning experience, and I'm hoping that it can continue. And I hope you guys will stick around for it. As far as that goes, I've been Dustin. Hopefully you've enjoyed the beautiful buttery sound of my voice, and I'll see you later.
All right, that's it, guys. So throw those headphones to the floor. Check us out on Twitter @CultureJacked. And hey, don't forget, subscribe to the podcast.
Culture Jacked. Tech, games, movies, and more.